So let me ask you guys this: for like somebody that just lives in a regular house,
Yeah.
and they want to start stockpiling foods, they should stockpile rice, dried beans.
Yeah, so what I recommend doing is I recommend going to the local grocery store. Okay. So
Not Sam's Club or anything like that.
just a grocery. You can go to Sam's Club, but what you want to do is before you go, figure out what it is you eat. Okay? And then what you do is you go and you look at when the foods expire. So if you have something that has a really long shelf life, then that's something that you might want to stock up if it's something you eat. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, if you're stocking up for the end of the world,
Yeah, but
You're
some
not-
of this
you-
stuff has like 5-year shelf lives and we don't even realize it. Like
like
you
rice, how long was rice last?
I don't know. We'd have to look at it. But some of this stuff, like you can look at the expiration date on things, and some of this stuff has like forever long expiration dates. So
Like
we
canned
forget that
soup?
stuff. Yeah, some of the canned soups.
And at Costco or at Sam's Club, you can buy the great big huge.
I mean, there's a lot of
restaurant-style-
different ways to do it. I mean, you can can foods if you're good at canning, or your wife can can foods,
No,
or
I'm
your
not.
other half, or whatever.
So could you live just on rice alone?
No.
No,
fuck no.
and that's
You
what I'm
die?
saying.
You die if you just
Well, I don't
ate
think
rice?
you would die. It would just get boring.
No,
No,
it
but-
wouldn't just get boring. It would have serious health detriment.
Eventually, yeah, but eventually you'd go eat a rat
Yeah.
with
Oh,
your
I hope
rice.
it
I
don't
mean,
get
you're
to that
human.
point.
We're alpha
You gotta
predators, so eventually
stockpile-
we're
You
gonna.
gotta stockpile meat, dude.
Matter of fact, there's foods over there. If you look at the expiration date on some of those things, I bet some of those things last forever. And so why?
Oh, like Twinkies? Got
Yeah,
like
so-
100-year shelf life on that shit.
So
I
yeah,
don't
some
know,
of them.
dude.
So why? A lot of these guys say, okay, well, I'm gonna do beans and rice, and okay, so that stuff's good. All right, but why not some of the other stuff that has really long expiration dates? What I do is this, because my plan is not to shelter in place. I know that I'm not going to be able to shelter in
Me
place.
neither. I don't think so.
Because
Okay.
eventually someone's going to come for your shit.
Well, I
So
don't-
how do you stay on
I
the
don't-
move?
I don't own a home, so I can't fucking shelter in place. I mean, what do I do? I mean,
When the shit hits the
where
fan,
I
you
live-
good?
where
Was
I
your
live
landlord
is
going to
pro-
come want his rent when the end of the world
Well, I
is
mean, he
right around
could.
the corner?
He could. I mean, with
I don't think
everything's
it's gonna work.
happening,
It's gonna be mine now.
because there's nothing that stops.
How do you
the
stay
process.
on the move, though? How do you stay on the move? And
No.
doesn't that cause more problems if you're on the move that you're going to run into? I feel like it's going to be like.
No, I don't. I honestly. So my thing is this. Like, so look, think about this. People have the plan to shelter in place. So they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have 60,000 rounds of 5.56, and I'm gonna have. So I don't listen. I don't care how tough you are. Okay, if I want to take your home, I'm gonna take it. I'm just saying. And guess what?
Because you got more bullets.
If well, no,
'Cause he
I mean
got
I don't
more
have to
skill.
have
He has
more
more
bullets.
skill.
But think about this:
Yeah.
if I want something in your house, right, and I got 5 of my buddies, and it's shit hit the fan scenario, and I go to your house, you kill one of my buddies, all right, fuck it. So this guy obviously, we're just gonna burn the house down. I'll just Molotov cocktail your house and burn it down to the ground. What are you gonna do then?
But then you're gonna destroy the resource.
Who cares?
Well,
You see what I'm saying? I just don't think a shelter in place, not for us. Now, if I had like 5,000 acres in Wyoming, and I had
you're up on a hill.
yeah, and I
you
was
can
like
see people coming up.
fortified. I don't know, like maybe a different situation. But for my situation, I
If
don't.
you have a compound, hell yeah, shelter in place. That's how it's gonna be either way. It's gonna be compound.
So when the shit does hit the fan, whoever's got the biggest ammo, the most ammo,
the most well-trained guys.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like the
Warlords.
king.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
warlords.
I don't think the
Yeah.
guy with the most ammo and the most guns are gonna. Because listen, you can't take it anywhere. Think about that. I posted something about AR-15s today. Everybody, something to the effect of everybody should own an AR-15.
Right.
And I said also, at minimum 300 rounds of ammo.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh no, you need 4,000 rounds. You need 5,000 rounds. And I'm like, okay, well, let me ask you this. How much ammo can you carry on you?
Not much. It's
Just
heavy.
your combat load. and-
Your combat load, which is
Right.
typically what? Around 300 and some odd rounds.
Yeah.
Wow,
Because you think about this, Jeff.
that's not enough to.
It is. It is.
It is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Well, it is until I kill you and take your shit.
You're right.
And so here's the thing. Like, you also have to have water.
Uh,
You also have to have food.
all right, I think I have a plan.
What's
I'm
your
just
plan?
gonna shoot myself in the fucking head so I don't have to deal with any of this shit. I'm out. I'm tapping out.
Solid plan, dude.
As soon as shit hits the fan, bang! Fuck
I'm
you
just not
people.
going to put myself in a position where I'm going to try to defend my home because I don't think that that's the correct
So you're
decision.
gonna be on the move?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the move.
You know where would be a good place probably?
We're gonna find a compound.
I'm gonna
dude.
shoot, move, and communicate.
Dude,
Dude,
you
we know so
commandeer-
many people that have compounds.
Yeah, but
could
you can't
shelter in
trust
place in a
people.
compound.
You can't
Dude,
trust people.
Commandeer the fort in St. Augustine.
Commandeer the fort.
Isn't that a
Dude,
good
that's
spot?
a hot spot, dude. Like so many people know. You gotta find. Your compound has to be in the middle of nowhere.
You know what I would
be
do,
honest.
honestly? Like I'm gonna go ahead and give up my plan. Here's what I would do.
Go to the springs.
I would go to the springs. I would go to like Wekiva Springs.
Yeah, but people could sneak up on you there.
How?
Dude, it's fucking all woods.
That's the point.
Yeah.
So there's fresh water that stays cool year round.
Do you think you're the only one that's going to have that plan? There's going to be like 5 million people with
Listen,
the same
I'm
plan.
just giving it. So to me, a location like that in Florida would be better. That's my thing.
Just go out in the middle of the Ocala National Forest.
No, don't go out in the middle of Ocala National Forest. It's rough out there, my man.
Hmm.
It's hot, miserable,
Yeah,
sandy.
but you know what? When the shit hits the fan, it's the people you got to worry about, not the...
Yeah.
not
Well,
the
that's what
people.
I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to shelter in place. Like, I feel like I'm going to shoot, move, and communicate.
Communicate with
And,
who?
well, hopefully there's some like-minded
The
individuals.
people you trust.
It has
So
to be
you're gonna
people you
have to
trust.
trust people.
I don't think you'll be able to trust anybody when it...
Well, the people you
all
trust
goes downhill.
now, the people you trust now. I mean, there's certain people I trust now. I'm not going to say names, but there's people I trust now. You know?
You know what sucks is we don't have any mountains around here. It's just
Dude,
flat,
we have what's better, dude. We have the
flat
woods.
swamp.
Yeah, but think about the natives that survived in Florida swamps for so many years. And look, like everyone tried to conquer them, and they were unsuccessful because they owned the swamps and they knew how to operate within that environment.
Except for the racist white people.
Well, no, because
But
the white
I
people are
honestly,
that-
I
They
think
weren't really racist.
in a
that
situation
advanced,
like that, I
yeah.
think I'm going to leave Florida anyway somehow.
Where would you go?
Somewhere up north,
Georgia,
further up north, because Florida's not very hospitable.
What do you mean?
too hot.
Bro, you take away air conditioning and all the comforts that we've built as humans in the state of Florida, and it's just a shithole. It's a hot, miserable swamp, and I don't know if I want to deal with that. Just the mosquitoes alone.
Think along the Appalachian Trail and shit
Right.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
All the little caves that
That would
people
be
know
better?
about that most
The
people don't know
Appalachians?
about.
I think so, yeah.
Dude, you'd be in a cave, it'd be like being in the air conditioning.
But the Appalachians, the type of people that are there,
They'll eat
would
your
you
ass.
Trust? Yeah.
Well, then there again, how well trained are you? I mean, how prepared are you?
Oh shit.
You know, to deal with a defensive situation or a threat or an offensive situation? How prepared are you? Can you,
Man.
can you build fires? Can you fish? Can
I
you
think
hunt?
in my head that I'm prepared, but with this, when reality sets in, I'm not prepared.
That's
at all.
why we all have to compete in an episode of Naked and Afraid, so that you know how really prepared you are.
Well, the
How
sad
do you
thing.
sign up for the show?
The sad thing with our society now is think about this: the majority of men out there now, the majority.
Our pussies.
Well, listen, they don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to fish. If you handed a guy a squirrel or a rabbit and was like, "Hey, can you clean this so we can cook it?" They'd look at you like you're stupid. Like, I didn't eat a tree rat.
Right.
I don't know how to clean this. What do you mean? And then two, how do you look for diseases in said animal? When you're field dressing the animal, you got to know what to look for. Is the
If you're
animal
gonna
sick?
cook it good though, does it matter?
To me, it does. I don't want to eat an animal that has a disease, even if I'm cooking it. So I would rather know how to look when I'm field dressing the animal.
Think
How
about-
the hell
think
would
about-
you know?
350
Because you
million-
learn from in America. And see, that's the thing. That's the problem with our culture now. See, you grew up in Egypt. I grew up in America, right? Two totally different places to
Well, I
grow
came
up.
here when I was 11 years old.
Yeah,
so
but when I was 6 years old, my daddy was teaching me how to hunt.
Uh,
Okay, I got my first shotgun when I turned 7,
damn.
and I was out in the field shooting rabbits and doves and quail and pheasant with it, and I was learning to clean game. My parents were teaching me how to cook game. I was learning how to deer hunt. I was learning how to fish. I was learning those things, and that's when I was a kid. What most American boys were brought up to do: hunt, fish, be men. And we don't see that very often anymore. How do you build a fire?
So when the shit hits the fan, 350 million Americans that are going to be looking for
And
food.
100 million illegals.
That are going to be looking for food. How long do you think the animals are going to last? I mean, because that's what everybody's going to be doing, hunting for animals.
Well, not everybody knows how to do it. I mean, I would say, okay, 100 million are going to die.
There will be no
because they're
shortage
dumb.
of people trying, though.
100 million are going to try to leech off others. And, I don't know, 10 million are actually going to...
No, these people are going to line up.
Yeah.
These people are going to line up. So here's what's going to. You want to know the truth? Here's the sad truth. People aren't going to live on their own. They're not. So the UN's going to come in. Okay, and we're going to be like one of these other third world countries, where we line up, and we beg for scraps.
You know what would be the ironic part is if it gets really bad here. Well, if it gets really bad in America, it's going to be bad everywhere. But if America ever needs help, no one's ever going to help us. We've helped the whole world for how many decades or centuries?
Because America essentially rules the world.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, I mean,
Not
who
really.
else
I
can
mean,
help?
look at China.
Now China rules the world.
Because you think about it, look at China. So if America's bad off, China's going to step in as a superpower, and China's going to
Enslave us all.
Oh, yeah. They're not going to give America the same treatment that it gave foreigners because, you know, they don't have fucking morals. They hate us. They're going to step in.
Can you imagine how bad it'll be for all the people, for everybody, because we're so spoiled over here.
Maybe then only,
Every little thing is a
yeah.
microaggression. You know, we need all-inclusive, whatever, and then they come in and shoot us in the head.
Yeah.
You know,
Let's
fuck
see,
us.
Let's see if that's going to be...
kill us.
Let's see if getting shot in the head is going to be as offensive as a microaggression. That's
Yeah.
a macroaggression.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I know.
A lot of these pussies aren't going to be ready when China...
I think we're headed for a great
depression.
world depression. World depression. I mean, you can see the signs out there.
Yeah.
It's like watching a big tidal wave out in the distance and going, damn, look at that. Look how big that tidal wave is.
Yeah.
Not thinking, oh, maybe I should start fucking preparing and getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the Great Reset is communism.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're facing here now in the U.S. This is now a communist country. And I don't care what
Right.
you say. Don't give me that crap about, oh, well, it's still better here than it is there. Listen, we've lost freedom in this country now.
Yeah.
We really have.
The America that you know nowadays is completely... It's nothing. It's gone from the Americas that y'all grew up in and that y'all parents grew up in.
That'll be the
You know.
hardest part to
Yeah.
overcome.
But other than that, like just, you know, building your own little, you know, place to live from night to night, building a fire, keeping warm, hunting, getting food, gathering food, things like that, stealing food.
Yeah.
I think you'd be fine with it. The hard part would be like when you get an infection.
Think about animals.
Or injury.
We would become like the animals, where every moment of your day will be consumed by finding food. Find food.
That's
food,
what
food.
it is, survival.
And then at night, like, I gotta fucking lay down for a little bit, and then it's all about survival. So 100 nonstop.
Hey man, that's how we were before civilization. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. We're predators. We just so happen to be the smartest predators out there, so we can form, you know, an economy.
But would that be a bad life,
You
though?
know what I mean? If
don't know,
lions, if lions had the IQ of humans, they would be the ones, you know, that fucking formed
Well,
cities
yeah.
and
Well,
shit.
we will struggle to survive. Lions won't.
Yeah.
No, they'll just live their normal day.
They'll live their normal day.
Because their civilization hadn't fell. They hadn't built a
They'll
society
catch
that's
something, eat
convenient.
it once a week, and they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We could live that lifestyle, though. Imagine this. Imagine having a lifestyle where you have a cabin, your own land, you don't owe any money to anybody, you're self-sufficient with your family on your property, right? And the only thing you have to worry about is your wife and your children. You don't have to worry about schools, taxes, government, traffic, none of that. No one's shoving stuff down your children's throats because you're teaching your children how to survive.
You can do that now, though.
Not really.
But I'm saying, if the shit hits the fan, and it's a free for all man for them, everyone for themselves, there's nowhere safe that you can go without other humans wanting to get your shit or get the spot that you're in.
Oh, definitely, I agree
you
with
gotta
you.
build connections. You
It-
gotta
it's
find a group of
nonstop.
people you can trust.
Yeah.
You gotta find people you could trust, and then you know,
You have to have a tribe, a community.
yeah, a tribe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got it's gonna be compounds.
Yeah.
You ca-
The
it's-
scariest
yeah,
thing that you'll face, it's other humans.
Right.
Because when
I agree.
when it becomes like that, I mean, we're
That'll
not
be-
like other animals.
Right.
We'll torture you slowly and watch you die, where an animal doesn't do that kind of stuff.
Listen, I've got friends, and I'm not going to say their names, but you know what their survival plan is? Worst case scenario?
What?
shoot you and eat you.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, you can survive that way.
I know people. I have acquaintances where they'll tell you that. They'll go, listen, if it's that bad,
Wow.
I'm gonna survive. I'll shoot you and eat you.
It's better to
It's like, what?
survive.
Yeah.
It's better to survive in a compound with a tribe